Greetings! Thank you for lending an ear to The Voice of the Times for Thursday, October 29, 2020. For today's editorial, DTI seeking greater involvement of consumer groups. The Department of Trade and Industry has signaled its desire to have greater involvement of consumer groups in its policymaking and regulatory concerns by drastically reducing the requirements for recognition of consumer organizations. As the agency primarily responsible for consumer welfare in the Philippines, this is a welcome, practical, and thoughtful move. The DTI announced the changes in a statement on Monday. The pertinent Department Administrative Order, DAO 2007, or the revised guidelines on the recognition of consumer organizations, was signed on October 9. By the DTI's recognition, a consumer organization is a group of individuals who organize themselves for a common cause of promoting welfare and protecting the rights of consumers. Under the new guidelines, consumer organizations can register for DTI recognition for a nominal fee of 150 pesos. A consumer organization must have 5 members to be considered a local consumer organization, while a national consumer organization must have at least 30 members. Consumer organizations currently recognized by the DTI will automatically be enrolled in its register of consumer organizations free of charge. In addition, the new guidelines drop the former requirement for local consumer organizations to secure a certification from the Securities and Exchange Commission or the Cooperative Development Authority as a prerequisite for DTI recognition. In the DTI statement, Marimel Dancel Porcincula, the DTI Consumer Policy and Advocacy Bureau Chief, said the DTI recognizes the importance of the involvement and participation of consumer organizations in every aspect of promoting consumer rights and responsibilities and other consumer-related programs. Ruth Castello, Undersecretary of the DTI Consumer Protection Group, added, "We recognize the need to revisit the guidelines on consumer organizations to encourage more organizations to enlist with the DTI and revitalize their involvement in the development of policies and programs." For the DTI, which is sometimes perceived, although not altogether fairly, as being more business than consumer friendly, acknowledging the potential contribution of consumer organizations in trade and business policy and development is a sound perspective to take. The task of the DTI is not an easy one. It must balance the best interests of consumers against those of businesses and promote both equally. It is easy for the business sector to organize itself to advocate for its own interests with the DTI. But without consumer organizations, the 100 million plus Filipino consumers are at a disadvantage. However, the benefits of encouraging consumer organizations are broader than simply looking out for consumer welfare. Consumer groups are an excellent tool for market research for both the DTI from a policy standpoint and for businesses or business sectors in the context of actual commercial applications. As consumer organizations tend to reflect consumers' immediate concerns, their various advocacies provide an accurate picture of demand and trends at any point in time. The benefits work in the opposite direction as well. By engaging with the DTI, consumer organizations can help to educate consumers about the government's policies and programs, as well as help to disseminate important consumer protection information. Not everyone may look at the DTI website or read the news to learn about unsafe products, for example, but local consumer groups with greater reach in their communities can help. The DTI can also leverage the consumer organizations for its various training and support programs for micro, small, and medium enterprises, or MSMEs, both for getting the word out and for inputs that will help develop effective programs. The rest of the government can likewise take a cue from the DTI in terms of streamlining services and interactions with the public. In order to encourage more participation, the DTI cut the process of registering a consumer organization to essentially one simple step, which is objectively and all it needs. Cutting red tape has been a key goal of the Duterte administration since it took office, but is a job that is far from done. At the risk of provoking interagency strife, we should point out that the DTI has demonstrated to others that may be lagging that it might not be as hard as it looks. And that's the editorial for Thursday, October 29, 2020. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print, subscribe to our digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and listen to the voice of the Times.